I'm in love with the love of my life, making a life full of love. Yeah. I'm in love with the love of my life, making a life full of love.
What's up, Flames? You're watching the Fire Love Podcast YouTube channel. This is where we share some of our life or we share episodes of our podcast. This is actually going to be another clip bit from our podcast, episode 63. Get out your feelings. If you like what you hear, you love what you see, make sure you subscribe and please hit the like button. I'll be right back after this clip. Welcome to the Fire Love Podcast. As always, it's Dot.
And it's your boy Nate.
And we're here to keep love lit. Oh, we keep getting closer and closer every time.
I think we just got to get used to it. I'm still getting used to it.
Okay, last episode we totally messed it up, but
Yeah.
I think that one was a little better. Can we just try one more time?
You want to do it again?
Okay, what's up, everybody? I'm Dot.
And it's your boy Nate.
And we're here to
keep love lit.
Oh, okay, all right.
We got it.
Finally, it only took a million times.
You got it, baby. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. It's late. We're actually recording the podcast a little later than we normally do, but we're still getting it done.
Yep.
So I feel fine. I was off today, so I got energy. I'm just excited to see the different energy that this night brings, because typically we record on Sundays and we're like in the middle of the week, so I want to see what type of energy it brings. How you feeling?
Feeling great. Last episode I said I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great again.
Feeling great again.
Feeling amazing.
We are feeling great
Feeling great.
again. So this weekend I had my show.
Okay.
Opening weekend. It went great. You came to see me. What did you think of the show?
I think you're an amazing performer.
Yes.
As soon as the camera goes on to you, you're just ready to go. I haven't seen you stumble not one time. I think that you just a person that just know how to perform.
Yeah, I'm in my right place.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited that you got to see me yet again in my element. So thank you for coming to support. Opening weekend was incredible. Y'all know it was Juneteenth weekend. So an all black show, black director, a black playwright. We had our opening weekend. I felt good to be black. On top of that, babe, what did you get to eat this weekend?
I had some Haitian food, y'all.
Hey,
Haitian food. It's tough out here in California, man, especially Caribbean or you got your Haitian, right? It's really hard to find Haitian food in California. I think the last Haitian food restaurant we found is no longer there. So I eventually found a Haitian spot. And it's amazing.
It was on point. They're like the Haitian restaurants out here, they don't be surviving. So I always feel so bad. And I will say this too. I don't even think you know. Sometimes I'll be jealous.
Why?
Because I want to cook you Haitian food, but I ain't really grow up with it. So I'm learning it literally dish by dish. And it takes me a while to master the one dish. So when I see you going in on the Haitian food, I'll be like, dang, I gotta get my Haitian food dishes up.
All you gotta do is holler at my mom.
Holler at your mom?
Hit her on the WhatsApp.
But I don't know if she's gonna be looking at me look at this yank trying to learn how to cook some Haitian food. My son should have got him a Haitian wife.
Nah.
What is she feeding him? Fried chicken?
Well, I gained some weight, so you feeding me good. So
she knows that you're eating. She knows that you're eating.
Matters.
That's all that matters. She knows that I'm feeding you and you're eating well. But the food was great. The weekend was awesome. So I will say that I really wanted to go to all the Juneteenth activities that they had this weekend. But I don't know if I really wanted to go to them or if Instagram just made me have a fear of missing out.
I have anxiety of being
big
around crowds. I'm not with that whole big crowds because I always got to look around to make sure nobody acting stupid or trying to do anything stupid. And
it was a lot of people out.
Yeah, it was. COVID is still out there, y'all. So don't play around with it. You know what I'm saying?
It's still there. But yeah, I got to see everybody living their best life on the gram, and I actually was fine. I was fine chilling, getting my rest in between both shows, Saturday and Sunday night. But seeing everybody on the internet living their best life, good music, it was nothing but culture and vibes. I felt a little bit fear of missing out, but that's also because we're not around a lot of black people. If y'all don't know, LA is very segregated, it's also a melting pot. There are so many people who are implants. We come from all over the place to come to this place dreamers.
Yeah.
And so it's like the neighborhoods are super mixed, and you got to go to Inglewood to be with just your people.
Yeah, Inglewood is where it's at, for sure.
For sure. Anytime we go out there, I'm like, yes. But before we tap into today's episode, I really just want to thank all of y'all who reached out to us on Instagram and text messages. Y'all showed us so much love with our last episode, encouraging us to continue going, and also just thanking us for the vulnerability that we had. I had a lot of women reach out to me and just tell me how thankful they were that we were being vocal about, conception not always being easy, and how it's a very sensitive topic. So if anything, I just hope that people who heard that episode will be a little more sensitive when they are talking to women about having kids. And I know that everyone means well. You just be like, when y'all having babies, like when? And you never know someone's story or someone's journey, and how that actually just applies even more pressure and more stress. So y'all showed us mad love.
That's because they were waiting, man. They've been waiting for a long time for us to come out with an episode. So, we really got some people that support us, and I appreciate everybody that's been listening since day one. I got a few people hit me up about me talking about mental health. I know I like to smile a lot, I like to stay low key, but I was going through a tough time, and I know a lot of people go through that stage too. And then I just want to encourage everybody that's going through that stage that stay positive, make sure you're around people that love you, make sure you keep God first, and also make sure you're around positive energy at all times, what I'm saying, because it is something serious. I'm back, I'm back full energy, happy, smiling, but you never know, just because someone is smiling don't mean they're happy, or they're happy right now. They're going through a dark time.
Yeah, it was refreshing to hear a Black man really talk about like, yo, I'm going through it right now. Like, it's a hard time, because it's evident, especially when you look at our news and when you look at our society, it's very obvious that you guys have it extremely tough. Like, the hardest out of any person who's walking through this life to me is the Black man. So for you to just actualize it and say, yeah, it gets hard. I think everyone who is listening, especially my Black ladies, it was just a reminder to be gentle to our kings. And I know that we have such a high regard to you all, and we know all that you are capable of, but sometimes it comes off a little tough. So I hope that was just a little reminder.
Don't be too gentle.
Don't
be too gentle.
In you got to know when to be gentle. Especially because, like, I'm in a whole relationship with you. I got to know, like, all right, this is a good time to back off.
Yeah.
And this is the time where I can snap my fingers and roll my neck and roll my eyes. So it's just a reminder to the ladies that.
But even if you were gentle to me, I won't take it. I would still be hard on myself, regardless.
That's real.
That's regardless.
That's
regardless.
Real. Okay, I do have a Flames Flicker Smoke for today.
All right.
All right.
Let's go.
So if you're new to the podcast, every episode we play a fun games of Flames Flicker Smoke. That's when we talk either about a relationship or a topic, and we rate it. Flames being yes, love it. Flicker being in the middle, and smoke being
it's not
happening. So I want to know if it's flames, flicker, or smoke to share your homie's business with your partner. Like, if my girl told me a secret, or told me, she's going through something, maybe a health issue, maybe she cheated on her guy, I don't know. She told me something in confidence, and I tell Nate, is that flames, flicker, or smoke?
Oh, you want me to? That is a smoke.
Wait, really?
Super smoke.
So your friends tell you something, you don't tell me it?
Of course.
Wow.
All the time.
I didn't know.
No, I mean that's.
I learn something new every day.
I think for men, like, that's like female stuff.
That's true.
I think men shouldn't be like exposing other people's information out there to another female. That doesn't look right. That doesn't. I mean, it just look weak. It just look like you. It's just like you're a sissy, basically. That's what I meant to say. You are a sissy.
What? You're a sissy if you telling your guys business?
Honestly, any dude that goes back to their wife or girlfriend and expose the homie's business is a sissy. Because that's breaking
That's
the code.
very strong language, and you might want to be careful, especially during Pride Month.
That is breaking the code.
Okay, well, I got to do better because I thought it was flames.
I think it's okay for a female to express their feelings.
I feel like I tell you everything.
You can, but me, I'm not going to tell you everything. My homie hit me up talking about a situation he had with his girlfriend or wife that
you
going
tell
through
me
a hard
sometimes.
time. I won't tell you the full clip of it. I'll be like, yo, I'll give you probably like,
babe, you out here keeping secrets?
10%, not even 10%. I have to. I can't tell you everything.
I gotta do better. I definitely be telling you everything. I'll be like, listen, and I'm sorry, ladies. I tell my friends. I'm like, if you tell me, I'm telling Nate. And I tell Nate because I think he is a safe place.
That's
I would rather rather tell Nate because sometimes someone gives you some tea and it's hot and you want to share it or you want to talk it over with someone or maybe you don't agree how they handled it. So there's two people I'm telling, and that's probably my therapist and or Nate. And I just think that eliminates, like the drama, because what ends up happening is girls just get on the phone and call another girl and now you're gossiping. And like, I don't really gossip. No, I don't gossip anymore. God is working on me. And I just tell Nate. I mean, I just tell him and then he's like, oh, okay. And it doesn't go past that. And I have scratched my itch and that's it. That's all.
Any dude that runs to a female to expose information is a punk. I had to switch the word punk.
Thank you.
Straight up. You know what I mean? I got to be careful, my mouth is...
You can get canceled nowadays. You know that, right?
Well, this is my podcast. Okay? Cancel me if you want to. This is my podcast.
Years later, this is going to blow up and they're going to cancel you.
But I said, what's wrong with saying the word SASSY? Ain't nothing wrong with that.
We'll see. We will see. So I want to talk about getting out of your feelings.
Okay.
And I intentionally know that I'm about to hurt some people's feelings.
Let's hurt their feelings then.
And we're going to give it to you blunt. We're going to give it to you raw because the whole purpose of this episode is for you to be able to take the truth and move forward. Because I believe a lot of us are not getting to where we want to get in life or in a relationship because you won't get out your feelings. And I'll use a personal experience so nobody feels attacked. I haven't talked about my dad a lot on this podcast, but Father's Day passed and I thought of him. Mm-hmm. And I thought of how I was so in my feelings about my father. And I was in my feelings because he wasn't present in my life. He hasn't done anything for me financially. I felt like he owed me this. He should have been there for that. Yes, and because we're not giving him excuses, there were a lot of opportunities where he could have done better. Mm-hmm. But the main reason I was mad at him was because we didn't have a relationship. But because I wouldn't get out my feelings, we couldn't have a relationship. You hear what I'm saying? Like, make that make sense. I'm mad at you because you're not in my life. But instead of pushing that past and saying, yo, I'm mad because you're not in my life. So let me reach out. Let me call you. Mm-hmm. Let me try to link up. Let me work on forgiving you. Let me have a conversation. So now I don't have to be mad anymore. I need to get out my feelings. So I wanted to talk about that as it relates to relationships, because so many of us are in our feelings when it comes to our partners, just point blank period. So first I say you need to ask yourself, like, why are you in your feelings? Say you get in that a heated conversation, you guys get in an argument, you and your partner, and you're done. You don't want to deal with them no more. You don't like them anymore. I need everybody listening to this podcast to take a moment and ask yourself, why are you mad? Like, for real, did they press a button on an insecurity that you have? Did they poke something that you never healed yourself from? Did they shine a light on something that you were trying to hide? Like, once again, the camera cut off on us, so it is just a little bit. If you do want to continue listening, just listen on Spotify or on iTunes. Again, we are very transparent on our podcast, so I ran out of storage and I thought I had deleted enough material for it to run the whole time, but it still didn't work. So on our podcast, we pride ourselves on progression and not perfection. So we're taking you on the journey with us. So it's very evident that we need to get an actual camera, which I'm excited about. I feel like these hurdles have only propelled us forward. So if you're like us and there's something that you need to start, but you're like, oh, I don't have the camera, oh, I don't have the equipment, just get started. Start with what you have and you can continue to add and to build onto it. It can only get better, right? So we go on to talk about just getting out your feelings, and sometimes it's not the other person, it's you. Do you find yourself constantly getting aggravated easily? Always finding yourself disappointed and angry and frustrated and getting mad so quickly? Sometimes those are things that you haven't dealt with within yourself. And being with somebody else is just going to keep bringing up that unhealed trauma or whatever that situation is. So we intentionally hurt your feelings that entire episode. We're real, we're raw, we're hard with it, because that's how it feels, you know, when you get your feelings hurt. That's how it feels when you are offended, right? So throughout the episode, we just giving it to you straight with like no chaser. It's probably one of my favorite episodes. And I have found myself having to take my own advice. And I'm like, Doc, get out your feelings. Go talk to him. Take a moment to figure out what's the real issue. Because it's really not that he left the toilet seat up. It's that you're feeling unappreciated. And we talk and we work it out and we can move forward. So if you do want to continue listening, make sure to follow us on iTunes and on Spotify. Oh, and we're on SoundCloud. Oh, I just wanted to pop back in because some of you all started coming to our YouTube channel for our date night videos and some of our traveling. And I want to let you know that that content is still coming. Honestly, y'all, we've just been grinding, working, stacking the money, drinking our water, and working out. But I'm excited because this summer we are finally about to live it up. First stop, we're gonna go to Chicago for a lovely wedding. Then we're gonna go to Costa Rica with Nate's entire family. And of course, when the holidays come, things seem to slow down, so we'll be doing all our cute little date nights and giving y'all some nice things to think about doing when you come to LA. So I know we've been pushing our podcast content. Just hang on with us. Make sure you keep your notifications on. And the videos that you originally came here for, they'll be back on the way.